y'all, it's Lauren again at Spring Creek. It's late March, which means it is time for bluebonnets, our Texas state flower, Lupinus texensis, and we couldn't be more excited to be shipping these seas of blue racks to y'all this week. So our shipping specs are 25 flats per rack, which equals about 200 units per rack, and we've got all of the cart signs on either side. A lot of you guys have gotten them already, and you might be wondering, who's that guy on the side of the cart signs? Dad! 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 Okay, so I have Bob Jones, the owner and president of Spring Creek Growers, and also he's the master of commercially producing our bluebonnet seeds to make these bluebonnets for HEB. All right, Dad. What goes into the process of commercially making bluebonnets as far as the seed goes?
The unique thing about bluebonnet seed is that they have a very hard seed coat, and we have to remove that seed coat to get them to germinate. Bluebonnet seed in the wild, there may be seed on the roadside that may be in the soil or on the roadside for up to 20 years. It takes that long sometimes for that seed coat to scarify or be removed just by natural conditions. We happen to do it here at the farm in a different way, and it works really well. And
what way is that?
Well, that way would be using sulfuric acid to remove that seed coat off the seed.
So interesting. And when do we start that process?
In October.
So it takes us from October all the way to March to grow these bluebonnets. Okay, so when we're out shopping for bluebonnets, how can we get the most success out of a perennial garden and let these wildflowers reseed in our own gardens?
Well, the unique thing about bluebonnets is if you've traveled across the state of Texas, you see them everywhere. So they're highly tolerant of any soil type. You see them in the hill country, you see them deep east Texas, you see them all the way up in the panhandle of Texas. They grow everywhere, so they naturally have a great tolerance to all soil types. Rocky soils, like in the Texas hill country, East Texas sand, they do really well. So your garden should not need necessarily any new amendments or anything to do quite well. They're very highly adapted for any soil condition.
They're very, very forgiving of our crazy Texas weather and our Texas soil. So do they need like a lot of care, watering, fertilizer?
My suggestion on these would be plant them same soil level at the same level that is coming out of the pot. Maybe just slightly cover them just a little bit. Keep them adequately moist the first few days, let those roots get anchored in, and they should take off and continue to bloom.
Would you recommend them for a landscape transplant or a container, or both?
Both. Either would work really well. Awesome. The one thing about, if you want to have them reseed, just be sure when this flower, it's going to get pollinated by the bees. The bees love them. When it gets pollinated, it's going to set seed. Let that seed pod mature. I mean, let it get like a beanstalk, and let those seeds dry naturally, and they will fall to the ground, or you can harvest them, but only harvest them when the stalk and the bean pod is completely dry.
So it might not look that pretty when you let the bluebonnet blooms expire, but you really want to do that if you want to encourage reseeding year after year. Okay, so you want to make sure to unload your bluebonnet racks within about 24 to 48 hours and really watch the moisture management. On average, they'll probably need to be watered every day. You want to water until soil drips out the bottom and then stop. Remember, bluebonnets are pretty forgiving. They live out in the Texas wild. Secondly, they really like sunshine. More sunshine equals more flowers. So you want to hopefully display them on your benchmasters in full sun if possible. So happy bluebonnet season, happy spring from our bluebonnet farm to your stores. We'll see y'all next time.